you guys know what we do every Friday. That is right, chats. It is time for Scott. And he's got a good one. He's doing what looks like a water tank test or challenge or something with a big old honking thing of water back here. So are we ready to kick this off? Let's go.
Today we're going to find out if water can save you from a bullet. We got a 2,500-gallon water tank. We got a zombie.
We must always ask the cute cat girls if she washes her paws.
Thank you, E4.
Can save you from a bullet. We got a 2,500-gallon water tank. We got a zombie torso. And I got lots of guns. 22 long rifle, 9mm 12-gauge shotgun, AR-15, AK-47, Serbu, BFG-50A. Here we go. Oh dear.
Boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's up?
This is going to be interesting because, yeah, we know that water will stop around. Depending on the caliber, it would depend on the footage. Like with the 22, I don't think it can even clear 4 feet. And I hope we get some measurements on how deep that tank is or how deep it's going to be.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And not too long ago, we had some fun with a pool, and we tested to see if guns could fire underwater.
Promote
Your biggest
E4 to
request
E5.
after that video was to see what would happen if you shot into water. Will the bullet just zip through the water, or will it slow it down enough to where it's no longer considered lethal? So today I have a 2,500-gallon water tank.
Okay, hang on. We can actually see something here. So Scott is probably about, what, 6'4"? Is Scott like 6'4"? But yeah, I was going to say, he's like 6'4", 6'5". That zombie torso is resting on the bottom, and he's even further up, shooting down into it. So realistically, well, no, I mean, I'm just asking, we can gauge it. The zombie torso is going to be weighed onto the bottom. We can see how tall the tank is. He's going to be shooting it from the outside, top down. He's like 6'4", 6'5". So the zombie torso is going to be about 6 feet deep in the water. And it's, I think the zombie torso is going to be fine, except the only thing that might really have a chance is probably going to be the 50. I think the majority, yeah, the 50 has the best chance of it. I think all the rest, including the 5.56 and the 7.62, I do think they're going to lose velocity by the time they reach the zombie torso at the bottom of the tank. So realistically, the 50 is the only one that I think might have a shot.
That's about 6 foot 4 inches of water. I'm going to sink a zombie torso to the bottom and shoot at it with different calibers and see what happens. So you may be wondering, how am I going to actually shoot down into this water tank?
And by the way, the rounds won't fragment when they hit the water. When the bullets strike the water, they're actually, I'd wager, depending on the type of round that he uses, the majority of the rounds will stay intact. When you're shooting into the water, it's not going to cause the rounds to fragment because they're not hitting steel. So unless he's using like hollow points or something, the rounds themselves will stay, even the small rounds, I think, will stay largely intact. I think even the 22, when he fires in a tank, I think the 22 will also stay intact.
Thankfully, I have a handy-dandy monster truck. Put this down here. Oh, that water's kind of cold. That's not good. Oh.
He's still wearing his axe.
Okay. Zombie set up, and we got GoPro set up. One GoPro is pointed at the zombie.
Oh, another factor. Not only is it 6 feet down, we also have some lateral distance too. So it's 6 feet straight down, plus we might have another half a foot to a foot of lateral distance too, because it's at the far back end here.
And the other GoPro is a wide shot. That way we can see the bullet entering the water. Okay, we're gonna start out with 22 long rifle. This is a Smith & Wesson 22 Victory, and I'm loaded up with a 22 long rifle, 40 grain bullet. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I see the bullet on the ground.
There was, I saw it. There's the round right there. Whoops. You can see it float. I don't think we could actually see the imp. There it is right there. Yeah, it disappears from frame there. But oh, I think it like I think that's it. I think it like swirled around until it finally settled down. Like it stopped almost as soon as it hit the water. Yeah, there it is.
Let's go inspect. I'm not the most graceful on a ladder. That's why I was never a firefighter.
Great matter. Oh, by the way, I'm not in the way or anything, am I? I'm not proving to be in the way of any of the shots or anything. Like you guys are able to see everything pretty clearly? Okay, good. There it is. See, told you. Perfectly intact. Told you.
Okay, well, I found the bullet, and it doesn't look very deformed. Maybe a little bit. And the zombie, it doesn't look like he got touched. If he did, it didn't do anything to him. So it's looking like, at this point, about 6'6" of water would probably save you from a 22. Okay, up next, we're gonna step it up to 9mm. This is a Canik TTI Combat, and I'm gonna be loaded up with some Underwood ammo, 9mm. These are 124 grain full metal jackets. Here we go. Oh.
And there it is. You can see it float. Almost as soon as it hit the water. Almost as soon as it hit the water. Boom. And then it floats. It actually comes back up and you can see it floating right there. I'd say it made it maybe 2 to 3 feet in before it started floating. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Did that? Hang on. It got deep enough that it was behind the skull. It actually went deep enough behind the skull. So I think it may have bonked on the back end of the skull, where it went right behind it, perhaps. And I'm thinking when it hit the water, it threw the trajectory off a little bit. So this thing may be raised up right at it. I think with the height of the zombie torso, it may be up just high enough that it's right at the cusp of where a round will decelerate to be safe. It's right on that razor's edge of if the impact will cause injury or not. I don't know if it sound. Hang on. It did look like it may have bounced off the head. Perfectly intact.
Okie dokie. He doesn't look like much happened to him. If it did hit him, I mean, it definitely didn't stick in him because it was just laying on the ground. And the bullet looks pretty good. But I'm kind of curious, what would happen with a hollow point? So now I'm going to be loaded up with a 9mm, 124 grain Hydroshock hollow point. Okay.
This should be interesting.
There we go.
This should stop even faster. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because with that Hydroshock, as soon as it impacted the water, it flowered, which created more surface, and it's going to stop it immediately.
There we go.
Slump.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, as soon as it hit the water, it flared and it stopped dead.
Oh, I feel like I'm training to be a Navy SEAL or something. Here is the bullet, and it is absolutely mangled. That is wild. So.
And that's why I said it depends on what kind of round that he uses if it would fragment upon hitting the water.
At this point, looking at him, which he basically looks unscathed, I'm going to have to review the GoPro footage to see if he actually got hit. But if he did, it didn't do anything to him. And if it was a hollow point, I think you're in even better shape.
This is true, TX. Yeah, this is true.
Okay, up next, we're going to use 45 ACP. This is a 1911, and I'm loaded up with 2 rounds. First is a 230 grain full metal jacket, and then the second one is a 230 grain hollow point.
The hollow point's going to fragment instantly.
Ooh, okay.
That might have bounced. Nope, totally missed. It slowed down and the trajectory threw off. Because that didn't actually hit. It curved. As soon as it hit the water, it curved. It curved as soon as it hit the water. So that didn't even strike the torso. Oh, and that thing just disintegrated. Wow, that hollow point just disintegrated. Wow.
Listen, I'm telling you, those are bubbles, okay?
Fragments. There's the full round.
Okay. Really interesting results that time. So, the hollow point just completely shredded. So that's all that's left of it. And down there, I showed you with the camera, there's just a bunch of these little pieces everywhere where those petals just peeled off. And then as for the full metal jacket, it looks perfectly fine. But again, if these rounds actually did hit him, which again, I don't know at this time of filming because I haven't reviewed the GoPro footage, but if he did get hit, doesn't look like it did much of anything to him.
Yeah, if they hit him, they would just bounced off.
Show you real quick. Here's all.
I'm not even sure what would have left the mark, Tristan. I think it might have just bounced.
45 hollow point. That's pretty cool. All right, that's going to be it for the pistols. We're going to move on to shotgun. This is a
Here we go.
887 12-gauge shotgun, and I'm going to be loaded up with 1 round of double-aught buck and 1 round of 1-ounce slug. Buckshot is first. Here we go.
It is.
Oh!
See how this did? Nothing. Wow. Absolutely nothing.
Now for the slug. Oh!
The slug might not. No. Got a thing.
Before I
One thing you guys have to remember is water tanks maybe not as big as this, but water tanks is how what police use for a cheat for being able to do ballistics testing. And it literally stops the round like 3 feet after it hits the water. This tank is 6 feet deep. And so the ballistics dummy is just underneath that distance of when some of the, the most high velocity rounds are lethal. And so that's why I said the majority of these, even the 5.56 and 7.62. Hey, the zombie's got to take what he can get, Grumpy. Let's face it. Wade's like even the 5.56 and the 7.62, I think we're gonna have the same results. The 50 cal, I think, is the only one that has a chance. And even then, it might not do it. But the 50 cal is the one round, I think, that has a chance to actually strike the dummy and maybe even get penetration on it.
Cover these rounds, I want to remind you that for the month of September, I am giving away my 1979 Pontiac Trans Am. For every $5 you spend on Kentucky Ballistics merchandise, you will get 1 entry. But don't forget, it is only for the month of September, so be sure and check that out. There's a link in the description down below, along with official rules. So guess what? I was loaded up with 2 slugs. Not slug and double aught buck. So before I recover these, we just pop on out of here real quick and fire off another round. All right, here we go.
This ain't gonna do anything. Yeah, that's what I expected. It's kind of cool. They kind of went.
Now let's go check it out.
Da-da. Be fine. Oh yeah, Green Matter, I saw sell the bathwater embraces in her e-girl. What? That sound?
Okie dokie. Looking at the zombie, doesn't look like much of anything happened to him.
Let's see, would depth play a role, and also how would he be placed underwater, such as 2 feet horizontal versus 5 feet vertical? TX, yes, depth plays a role to some degree. Because the effectiveness of a round, of the majority of rounds in water are approximately 3 feet. And even then, the lethality of rounds when it comes to water is like, so the moment unless you are like at the surface of the water, unless you are like less than a foot from the surface of the water, if you are deeper than 1 foot of the surface from the water, then the round's lethality is severely hindered between 1 and about 4 feet of water. So even if you were like 2 feet underneath the water and someone fired a round at you, the moment the round strikes the water, the surface, like the moment it breaks the surface tension of the water, it's already decelerating the moment it hits that water to a significant degree. So while you could possibly get injured by a round if you were within that 1 to 4 foot depth, the lethality is greatly diminished because of a sudden and extreme deceleration in the bullet when it strikes the water. So could you get hurt? Yes. Could you be killed? Maybe if you got hit right, but not the same as if you were to get hit above what?
These slugs got annihilated. I mean,
no, Hustler, Hustler, that was Scott who did that. Scott did a test where he had a pool and he was actually firing different rounds underwater. He was firing different guns underwater, the last being a 50 cal, and that 50 cal was probably within about 3 feet of the back wall of the pool, and it punched right through the thin steel plate and the pool itself. But it was only the 50 cal that did that.
Are completely expanded, and if they did hit him, they didn't do much damage. I have all 9 pellets of double-aught buck here. And you can see they're in pretty good shape.
Oh yeah, they just floated.
But I don't think they did much either because he seems to be pretty unscathed.
Good night, full arts.
So now we're going to move on to rifles. First up is going to be the classic AR-15. I have a 20-round mag, and I have some 5.56 full metal jacket up first. And then underneath that is a 5.56 controlled chaos. Okay. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, and you see it. Did you see it? You see it floated? It actually looks like it may have fragmented. Yeah, it fragmented. Look at that. You got pieces there and you got a piece there. It fragmented as soon as it hit the water. The moment it hit, it fragmented. And I think the control chaos can do the same thing.
Round 2, here we go.
Yep, did the same damn thing. Yep, this is what I'm saying.
Looks like there's a lot of pieces of bullet down there.
7.62 is going to do the same thing.
All right. I retrieved. Sorry about that. Anyways, I retrieved the 5.56 rounds. And as you can see right here, this is the controlled chaos. And it kind of broke up. And
Actually, Fashizi, you theoretically could do a ballistics test in water if you submerge the barrel into the water. So when you fired the round, the barrel was already in water. Because I think what's the reason, I suspect the reason for the fragmentation like this is because it's actually striking and impacting the water. Yeah. So, yeah. And yes, I mean, it makes perfect sense for recovered rifle rounds to move to ballistics gel for this exact reason. Because obviously, you're not going to want to submerge your suspect weapon into water to fire it and thus potentially contaminate evidence.
And this is the full metal jacket right there. And as you can see, it is very warped and flattened. Again, these rounds are not doing a very good job making it to the zombie. And even if they are, it doesn't seem like they're doing much damage. And these rounds are moving very, very fast. So when they're hitting the water, I believe they are breaking up or deforming very quickly.
Yes, they are.
Up next is going to be the AK-47. I have a 20-round mag, and I'm
Yes,
loaded up with some 7.62 by 39 full metal jackets, and then I have some 7.62 by 39 soft points. Okie dokie.
Oh boy. Yeah, these are going to fragment too. Hello, Nicolaites.
Here we go. Ooh-wee. Here we go.
Same thing. There it is. There's the round. Yep. Right now, Brandon's going, why you gotta do my boy like that?
Here we go.
That one fragmented. The soft point fragmented.
If I had to guess, I would say that this is probably the same results as the 223 because that round's moving pretty fast.
Fashizi, it's a tough call. Let's see if he's got more coming up before the 50.
Let's go check it out.
If he's got more leading up to the 50, it'll be a better, more informed opinion for me. Because we're only halfway through. Oh, that is clean. That is clean.
Okie dokie. Just as I thought, here is the 7.62 by 39 round, the full metal jacket, and it is actually kind of flattened out. And then here, this is really cool. This is the soft point. There's the jacket, and then there is the lead that was inside it. And boy, that mushroomed real good. But again, I didn't really see much damage to the zombie down there. It didn't look like anything has phased him. Even if it has hit him, it has done no damage. So right now it's like 6'6" of water would actually protect you from quite a bit. But this next gun, it's questionable.
All right, so that's the 50.
Next,
all right. My suspicion is I think it's going to stop the 50. I do think that this is going to stop the 50. Despite the fact that it is a 50, it's in 6 feet of water, I still think it's going to stop it. It might have enough projectile speed to maybe boop the zombie, maybe, but that's the most. It's still physics. Despite the fact that the 50's got a lot of power behind it, you still have the physics. You still have the physics of the water, and I still think it's good. It's gonna slow the 50 round down as soon as it hits the water, and I don't think it's gonna do much more. What happened the last time when he shot it inside the pool is that the 50 was within like 3 feet of the back of the pool. So there was not enough water surface to slow the round down before it punched through. And yes, hydrodynamics, that's the word I was searching for most. Thank you. I think it's gonna stop it. I do think that it's gonna stop the 50.
See what would happen if you were underwater and you got shot at with a 50 BMG. This is my Serbu BFG 50A semi-automatic 50 BMG rifle, and I'm going to be loaded up with 1 round of 50 BMG. That is a 650 grain jacketed. Nope. And I'm going to be loaded up with 1 round. This is a 50 BMG 650 grain full metal jacket. And if this does not pop the tank, we will try a lead round. Ow! Oh! My neck is itching.
That is a big boy, Mars.
This doesn't knock me off my monster truck. Okay. Here we go. Oh dear. Oh.
I think it stopped it.
I don't see a hole. Oh dear.
Yeah. You saw the round. You saw the round. Boom. There it is. Oh, I don't think it shattered because there's the round right there. There it is. It actually stopped a lot faster than I thought. It did. I actually expected it to get a little further down before stopping, but it stopped almost immediately upon impact. Now, this key thing here, the shockwave. The shockwave would have been hell on if this was a person. The shockwave of that impact would have been hell. That would have fucking hurt from the shockwave alone. Like, that might have actually caused an eardrum rupture from the impact of that round.
Okay, we did
And
not.
and you can see the round is in perfect shape. Let me see if I can get it where it's still floating above the line here. Come on, you. There. The round is in perfect condition. Look at that. Perfect condition. Looks like no deformation at all, actually.
Okay, we did not put a hole through our tank. So let's go ahead and shoot one more time. This is a Hornady AMAX 750 grain round, and this is a lead round.
Same thing's gonna happen. Lead round makes no difference.
Here we go. Oh, that gun is gonna need to be sprayed down with some WD-40. I got a lot of water on it.
Oh, it shattered. That one shattered. The lead round shattered. This hit. No, Spike, if you're talking about the shockwave, no, the shockwave wouldn't necessarily kill. It'll fuck him up. Like, if this was like an actual person at this depth, the shockwave wouldn't have killed him, but it definitely would have fucked him up. Probably would have blown out the eardrums. You'd probably have some inner ear problems. And you wouldn't be dead, but you would not be feeling good. There you go. The jacket booped it.
That was a lot.
The jacket booped the skull.
Backsplash. Let's go check it out. Okay, these are some really cool results. So, 50 BMG, that is the jacket to the full metal jacket. And actually, I even have the tip of it. And then this is wild. I have been filming videos for almost 10 years, and I have recovered a lot of rounds, but I've never recovered a 50 BMG steel core that is in that good a shape. I mean, it is so shiny and perfect. That is nuts. Just ripped out of the jacket. And then this is the jacket to the lead round, the AMAX. There's the plastic tip.
Oh, wow.
And then this is the lead bullet.
Okay, so sorry, I misspoke. It wasn't the jacket that booped it. I think it was the lead. I think it was the lead core, the lead round that might have done the booping, not the jacket.
So, recovered all of those, and again, the zombie, he's looking okay, which is insane.
And no nerve.
So I reviewed the GoPro footage, and it doesn't seem that either one of the 50 BMGs actually struck the zombie. But they also did not have enough power to even make it through this thin layer of plastic that this container is made out of. So I'm going to say a 50 BMG at 6 foot 6 inches of water, it's not really doing much. Well, since we didn't pop our container, I'm going to have a little bit more fun. I have 15 rounds of full metal jacket, 9mm, and now I'm going to do a mag dump at Mr. Zombie.
It's not going to do anything. He just created Full Metal Jacket Snow. Oh, honestly, gray matter, the 4-bore won't do anything.
That's impressive.
That
That is just science, bitch.
Yeah, legit, the 4-bore would not do anything. No, the 4-bore wouldn't do anything. The 4-bore would do the same thing. If he fired the 4-bore into this, it would be the same results. It's just physics. 416 Rigby, same thing. 20mm. See, it'd be tough to mount for the angle. 20mm lights. 20mm Maybe, but I have my doubts. I have serious doubts on the 20 millimeter or the 30. It's just this is just physics. The the hypertension of the water stops rounds. It does. It's he's getting rained on. He's literally just getting rained on.
I still don't think any of those hit him or did much of anything. And we have one more bonus
950
gun,
as well.
a 500 Magnum, and I'm going to be loaded up with some Underwood
500
ammo,
bag.
Kentucky Ballistics, 600 grain hard casts. I actually think these are going to fly pretty straight. Let's see what happens. Oh!
Now that actually flew straighter and deeper than the others. Surprisingly. That actually went pretty straight. Well, you got some deviation. Wow, we got a really nice tail path here. It still lost it lost its energy right here. Right about here. You can see in the tail path. It lost its energy just before it hit the skull. So even if it did hit the skull, it probably would have just bounced off of it because it had lost its energy right about here, right above it. It actually bounced off the shoulder. It actually did bounce off the shoulder. So yeah, if it had hit the skull, it would have bounced off the skull. Yeah, look at that. It bounces off the shoulder.
I think I can see him. Here we go.
Oh, that one was even worse. That was even worse. That lost energy a lot faster. Right there. You can see right there is where it lost its energy. So the first one actually was able to maintain its energy for a longer distance, and this one, right here, is where you can see it lost all of its, it lost the majority of its momentum.
Okay, let's go check that out.
Darn
Okey-dokey.
Zomabee.
So, I recovered every single round. These are the 500 Magnum rounds, and they cut through that water pretty good. They actually smacked the side of the plastic and put a pretty good dent in it, but still didn't penetrate anything. And then I have all 15 rounds from the 9 mil. Okay, Mr. Zombie.
He's earned a second life. Yes.
He's looking pretty good. He's got a few little notches on his head. Let's pull him out of here and inspect him. Let's see if I can do this. This guy weighs like 100 pounds. So let's see if I can save him. Oh.
Mr. Zombie's feeling a little frisky, I think. And you guys say I'm bad. Look at the zombie. That zombie's really going for a Ibbo.
Hold on. I gotta get him on my shoulder. Come on now, hold on. All right. Okay. All right, I got you, little fella. I got you. Oh, you shouldn't have been playing in the pool unsupervised. There we go.
Oh God, I'm so wet right now. No, I mean, No. It's Scott who's wet right now. Okay, look. See, it's Scott that's all wet.
Yeah. He's looking pretty good. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't, like, melt inside that water all day. Okay, so inspecting this zombie, he looks like he's in pretty good shape. He does have a little slit here over his eye and a little bump on his head, but all in all, I'd say he looks pretty good after being shot at all day with multiple handguns, shotgun, and a 50 BMG. I mean,
Honestly, and I think maybe that slit that he's observing the eye and the very minor stuff that he's on the top of the head, I have to wonder if that's water pressure. If that was water pressure induced, because none of the rounds struck. So any damage to the zombie torso is going to be strictly from water pressure. And that's it. Which is significant all on its own.
not a scratch on him, which is unacceptable. Oh, be careful, little guy. You don't want to.
Did it feel easy? I didn't see them hitting. It's like they just rained down. Oh!
So you've seen today what happens when you're underneath water and bullets are flying at you. And that's what happens if you're not underneath over 6 foot of water. So I would say that the water did a pretty good job at stopping bullets today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did. If you did, be sure and give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure and check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time.
Oh. Oh, that was great. Oh, that was great. That was a lot of fun. I knew what was going to happen, but it was really cool seeing how the rounds reacted from the inside. That was awesome. I freaking love that.